Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? How's your Monday been? Hey, sorry, running a bit late today. Lots to do and finally on here. So this evening I'm going to make a double batch of this beautiful curry, or the curry sauce more so. I'm going to put half of it away in one of my awesome bags from the mix shop. Okay, and I'm going to put the other half on for dinner. We are preparing to go away in the caravan, hopefully in a week's time, fingers crossed. So just trying to get ready so that some nights while we're away I don't have to cook. But at the same time, I don't want to spend too much time prepping now, which is why the Thermomix makes it so easy. I can do the double batch. I put half the sauce away for when we're away. And maybe you're somebody who likes to prep on a weekend and be ready for the week ahead. This is perfect for you as well, because you could literally cook 2 in 1, so to speak, and have one put away for later. So let me show you how to double this recipe. Let me show you the hints and tips to make this so incredibly easy. Do say hi if you're watching today, and if you know what you're having for dinner, do share. I'd love to inspire each other with what we're doing. First thing I make is a sauce for the side. It's like a yogurt type sauce, I think, or it's got cucumbers and stuff. I'm going to skip that. So I'm actually going to go to my recipe details at the top. I'm going to scroll straight down. It's cucumber peanut salad is what they make. There you go. It hasn't even got yogurt in it. I'm not going to make that. I'm just making the curry. So I'm going to come down here. And let's do this. So first things first, 2 teaspoons of ground turmeric. So I am doubling this recipe, as I've mentioned. So it's going to be 4 teaspoons. And you know what? 4 teaspoons is actually a tablespoon. So I'm just going to grab my tablespoon end, and in that goes. Next, just a little tip on your turmeric. You may find it stains your bowl. Don't worry about it. Okay, it won't be a bowl, it'll be a lid. It can go in the sun and it will bleach it out. Otherwise, don't worry about it, okay? So some cayenne pepper. My family don't like spicy. I'm going to skip the chilies out. I'm going to skip the pepper out. That sort of pepper out. 1 tablespoon of salt to taste. So I'm going for 2 tablespoons. Now the child was in here before helping me. There it is. I'm with you. Where did he put it? Good afternoon, Denise. Good afternoon, Carissa and Kathy. Lovely to have you on today. And I think there's someone else down there, but there's a notification that's popped up in the way. Let's get rid of that. Quiche Lorraine. That sounds absolutely amazing. One of our favorites here, as you know, is quiche Lorraine. 1 tablespoon of salt. So we're going in for 2 tablespoons because I am doubling. So don't stress about the amount of salt in that. Okay, it's going to be beautiful. Okay, next up, 1 cinnamon stick. Oh, fresh out of cinnamon sticks. So I'm going to grab my cinnamon powder, and I'm going to use, I'm going to put in a full tablespoon. So I would put in 2 teaspoons if you don't have a cinnamon stick, and obviously if you're not doubling. I'm doing the double batch, yeah? Okay, next. Okay, cardamom pods, 10 to 15. So I'm going for 20. Let's see if I can count these in. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yeah, that's about 22. There we go. That'll do. In they go. So great to have such a range of spices on hand. This spice rack you guys can't see too much of, but it's there. You'll see it in my caravan. It'll come away with us next week when we go, and you'll see it behind the Thermomix. 5 to 10 cloves in there as well. So I'm just doubling that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We won't go too heavy on the cloves. I don't know about you. I don't know. I can just remember cloves from my grandma's house as a kid. So I don't want to go too heavy on those. Okay, 10 whole black peppercorns. This is going to give it a little bit of a kick. I don't know that I can count those. We're just going to guess that that's 20. Okay. Who counts peppercorns? Now, I'd love to know, anyone done this recipe? I know I made it for you guys a couple of weeks ago. I'd love to know, have you tried it and what did you think? 3 red chilies, skip that out. Okay, 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds. So that's my 1 tablespoon again. And then we're nearly done. Cumin, 2 teaspoons, or again, we're doing the double, so 1 tablespoon. And 10 curry leaves. Now, if you've got a friend with curry leaves trees, get some and freeze them. I had to buy mine. We used to have a leaf tree, but it's long gone. So I need 10 leaves, and I just freeze them and get them out as needed. I reckon that's about 10, and I need another lot of 10. They do kind of go crunchier in the freezer, obviously, and then can go a bit soggy if you're not careful, but they work the same. They taste the same. So and I freeze if I have to buy herbs, I freeze them. So the leftovers just get left in here and just get put in the freezer. Sometimes I put them in a Glad bag, but most of the time I don't bother. Okay, on with the lid, and it's going to cook these off until fragrant. So it's going to dry roast them. So with the Thermomix, well, actually the lid didn't like that. Let's try again. I love that your Thermomix can cook these off for you. So you can keep cooking these until you smell them. Okay, that is a tip that I learned very many years ago from a beautiful customer who loved making Indian cuisine. And she always said, keep cooking them until that smell overcomes the room, and then you know they're ready. Now, because I've got the double batch, I do need to extend my cook time. And we extend our cook time by half. So 6 minutes was my original time. I want to move that up to 9 minutes to get that really beautiful and fragrant smell happening in here. There we go. Is that right? Yeah, it's going to be right. That'll do. Whatever it is, it'll be fine. So now we can just let that Thermomix sizzle away while you prep your next lot of ingredients. So those of you who might be cooking along at a later day, what you want to be prepping now is you want to be getting out your chicken. Now, I do love this recipe because it actually puts the whole chicken thigh, and it's supposed to be bone and all, but I don't have the bone one. I've got the boneless in the Thermomix. So as far as prep goes, you guys know I don't love playing with my meat. But as far as prep goes, I can just chuck my whole chicken thigh in the sauce. How cool is that? And then it's going to cook for 18 minutes. So that's coming up later. But if you wanted it to be smaller, maybe putting it into lunches or something, now's your time to dice it. You'll want to be grabbing out garlic and ginger. Okay, I'm cheating. I have the jarred versions just because I haven't had time. And I'm cooking so many sauces and prepping at the moment that I'm going through a lot of it. You want some tomato paste. By the way, if you don't have your own tomato paste because you're all out, make it. Just put a tin of tomato in your Thermomix and cook it for 20 minutes on Varoma speed 2, and it will reduce down and thicken up. It'll be absolutely beautiful. So that's your tip on how to make your own tomato paste in your Thermomix. You will need some, it says fresh tomatoes. Now, I'm not using fresh tomatoes. I'm just using a tin of diced tomatoes. So that's how I'm going to do this instead. So that's your next lot of ingredients that you will need on hand. Oh, and an onion. Okay, forgot to tell you that. Very importantly, an onion. It's actually got quite a bit of onion in it. I probably won't be putting the full amount. I'm putting 1.5 onions, but it does have a decent amount of onion in this recipe as well. Now, you can hear it going around in there. I am smelling it now. We're up to that 100, well, it's Fahrenheit, right? We haven't got to that yet, but it's in Fahrenheit. I can smell it. So that's at 120 degrees Celsius. Now, the Fahrenheit indicates to me that this is actually a US recipe. This is not an Australian or a UK recipe. We'll find this on the US Cookie Do platform. It doesn't matter though, because with our Thermomix, we just level it all up. So if it's asking for 3 ounces in a minute, we'll just keep going until we get to 3 ounces. But if you're shopping for it, you might be thinking, how do I know how much onion to buy, for example, or how do I know how much tomato to buy? All you do with ounces to grams is you multiply your ounces by 3 and add a 0. So when it says I want 3 ounces of something, multiply by 3, okay, so that equals 9, and add a 0, 90. So they're wanting 3 ounces is 90 grams. So that's a really easy way so that when you're doing your shopping and you've all of a sudden chucked on there a beautiful US recipe, you know how then to shop for it and not end up with way too much or not enough of an ingredient. We haven't actually come with the ounces yet, so we're all good. Oh, croissants today, Carissa. How did you find them? That is so cool. I'd love to see a photo of your croissants if you're happy to share it. Ruth, you're deciding on what to cook with your chicken and coriander. I don't know about that green stuff, Ruth. I think you can leave that one off to the side and just try making this. This doesn't have coriander in it. Fish and chips tonight sounds amazing. Linguine with prawns and bacon. You guys are having, how good is it that we can make such amazing food in our Thermomix? We are so spoilt for choice, and it doesn't even cost us the earth. It is so cheap to cook with a Thermomix and make all this amazing food. Hey Christine, lovely to have you on. Cauliflower soup and focaccia. That sounds beautiful. Oh, and I love, Denise, that you tried this with all the spices and you used boneless thigh as well. Awesome. What can you use instead of curry leaves? Oh, Ruth, that's a tricky question. I don't know that there's an easy answer for that. I feel like they kind of have their own unique flavour. Maybe put a call out on your local buy, sell, swap page for someone who's got a tree, because they're actually a weed. They're actually not native to Australia. And so when people let them go, they go crazy. Like they grow into literally a tree, and they can be quite a problem. And they come up with little shoots as well. So yeah, but a lot of people have them. So just maybe ask on a local page about whether anyone has one, and you can just come grab 10 leaves off, because they literally turn into massive trees. So But yes, isn't it amazing that I love hearing what you're all having for dinner tonight? That's awesome. Denise, are you making mayonnaise to go with your fish and chips? Is that not something you would do where you are? I know whenever we have fish and chips, we steam our own chips in the Thermomix and we make our own batter. But we also have mayonnaise. So we've always got a jar of mayonnaise in our fridge that we make to go with the fish and chips. So, all right. This is smelling absolutely amazing. I don't know that I need that full time. And my impatience is getting the better of me. So, by the way, did you guys see, you probably haven't yet, Thermomix have announced that starting tomorrow, you know how at the moment we had the vacuum cleaner on for $49 when you buy a Thermomix? Starting tomorrow, bread tin and Thermomat for free when you purchase a Thermomix. So let me know if you'd like to take advantage of that, and please make sure your friends and family know that that offer is on, that when they're buying a Thermomix for free, they can get the bread tin and Thermomat, or for $49 the vacuum, although the vacuum is only on until the 11 a.m. on the 1st of the month. I'm trying to think of what day that is. I don't even know what day it is today. So make sure friends and family know, and if I can help them with purchase options and how to get one and get started with one, I'd love to do so. All right, we're going to stop this early. Just going to give it the original time on the clock. Let's keep going. Keep the measuring cup inserted. Well, it would help if I had it on in the first place. I was too busy smelling the amazing smells. Okay, let's blitz this down. So 1 minute, speed 10. And then I'm not going to talk to you over this, so I'll talk to you in about probably 45 seconds. I'll probably stop it early. Let's spin it up. Off it goes. Getting too impatient. One other thing worth mentioning today as well is that Thermomix are having their anniversary sale in the Mix Shop. So many things 20% off. So go check out the Mix Shop. I believe there's even the TM6 and the TM5 and the TM31 bowls available for 20% off. So go check that out in the Mix Shop today. Please remember to put me down as a consultant so that I can track your order. I don't know that I get a bonus because I think it's already reduced, so I don't think I'll get a little bonus, but I'd still love to be able to help you keep an eye on where that order is at and when it's on its way to you. But yeah, do check out what's on offer there at the Mix Shop today. Oh my goodness, this smells divine. Let me show you. Look at that. Where's the camera? Up here somewhere. It's beautiful. Love making our own spice mixes in the Thermomix. There is a little bit of curry leaf in there, but I'm not too worried. I'll just leave it. Somehow one green bit looks like it's managed to avoid being crushed up. Scrape down the sides of a spatula. We'll do that later. Okay, 5 garlic cloves. Now, this is where it starts getting serious business. I am using jarred stuff today, and we're doubling it, remember? So 10 for me. Now, talking about doubling recipes, if I can talk and count at the same time, things that I will double in the Thermomix, and you'll see me use these recipes in the next few weeks while I'm away in the caravan. You'll see that I will often double things like your paprika chicken with sour cream sauce. That's a perfect one to have in your bag, ready, flat packed for when life gets busy, because it literally goes over raw chicken in the oven. So you can put your chicken in the oven, put your chicken in a tray, put your sauce over top, put it in the oven, and let it cook off at the end. So that is a fantastic recipe if you're looking for recipes that you can bulk make and put away. That's one of my favorites. By the way, 1 piece of fresh ginger. So I'm a bit short-handed on this actually. My ginger jar is just about out. I could put some powdered ginger in. I might just, not worried today, I might just go with what I've got. However, I do feel like, by the way, if you're following along with real ginger, don't worry about peeling it, just slice it in discs. Okay, it cuts the fibres up inside. Okay, next, on with the lid. Some of my other things are things like buttered chicken. It's got 6 seconds to blitz this down. Well, we don't need to blitz it. I've got paste in there. Never mind. You guys blitz it down if you don't have paste. One of my more favourite recent recipes is the creamy garlic chicken from Skinny Mixes. So she has a beautiful creamy garlic chicken recipe. You can make the sauce, freeze it up, and then cook the chicken in the sauce later. It's beautiful. By the way, if you don't do chicken, just do veggies. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, onions. Okay. I won't have enough. That's okay. I've only got 10, so I've only got half the required amount. Doesn't matter today. Okay, veggie oil. We're just going to use olive oil. In that goes. I probably should now scrape the sides down. It's a fair amount of oil. I might just stop at the 2.5. I don't know that I'm going to double that. And I'm not going to scrape the sides down because I can't see a spatula. Oh no, here we go. There we go. I just don't want to lose that lovely spice that's up the top. There's probably a good tablespoon or two that's up the top. By the way, how awesome is the TM6 spatula? Such an improvement from our TM5 and TM31 spatulas. There we go. And I think you can go to the mix shop. It may even be 20% today off today as well, which would be awesome. Not totally sure though, okay? Haven't had 2 seconds today to go check it out, but I know that a lot of stuff is 20% off. Okay. Just scrape that in. And then we're going to stop in a moment at the step before it asks us to add the chicken. So what that leaves us is 2 ingredients that haven't yet been used. And one is chicken and one is peanut butter. So let's just chop this down. 3 seconds speed 4. Oh, this lid is a bit temperamental. All right, let's do this. Chop it down. Okay, next, leave the measuring cup inserted and 8 minutes to cook off. I'll probably just give it 3. You can do 8 minutes, but we know that typically things only take 3 to 5 minutes to cook off in the Thermomix, so I'm going to shortchange this cook time. The reason they do have it so long though is because they've got a lot of onion in there. I had 1.5 onions. They wanted, oh well actually, no, that was right, wasn't it? That was the right amount. Okay, I don't know, I retract that. I don't know why they're cooking it for 8 minutes. I guess just to make it super tender and very fragrant, I'm guessing. But I'm only guessing. Alright, let's have a look at these next steps before we finish up today. The other thing I'd like to just bring to your attention as well while you're talking to friends and family about the Thermomix is the business kit. So at the moment, joining the business is actually half price. So usually it is $125 to get the business kit. That includes a thermo server, a thermomat, all the training, a travel bag. It's fantastic value usually, and for this month, it's half price. So if you've ever thought about doing what I do, send me a PM or a DM or text message me or whatever. Jump on my Facebook page, not my Facebook page, my website, sorry. You'll actually find a join the team info overview page there. So go check it out and let me know what your questions are, because honestly, best thing I did 7.5 years ago. So if you've ever had an inkling that maybe you'd like to give it a go, or you're like, oh, I wonder what's involved, let me know. I'd love to help you see if it's right for you. If it's not, that's okay. Or maybe it's only right for you for a season. Maybe you're like, oh, look, got some changes coming. I can do it for just a little while. That's also okay, because there are people around you who you will influence and impact with a Thermomix that I can't. So it's just fantastic that you can then take what you've got, your business tool, and take it further and inspire them to change their kitchen and transform what they can do in their home as well. All right, nearly done. Let's keep going. What I might do is I'm going to skip past. It's smelling beautiful. It's 100 degrees in there, so it is cooking off beautifully. It looks absolutely amazing. If anything, it's a bit chunky for my family. So let's just check. I'm going to check we're going to mill this down again, because, yes, we've got tomatoes in there and we're going to mill this down. So I'm going to skip this step. I'm just going to go over faster through this for you guys. And let's put this tomato in. And I'll just show you what I was saying there about it being a bit chunky. You guys see how it's really only roughly diced that onion? Probably also why they need that longer cook time on it. All right, just soften it up and sweeten it. I'm just going to, for the sake of time and being on Facebook Live, I'm going to skip through this step. Obviously in your house, you can walk away and do the washing and all other things, kind of stuff to a camera. So I'm just going to speed through. Okay, let's put in, I'm going to put the whole tin in, which is going to be probably more than it requires. It is a little bit more than it requires, but that's okay. And then we've got, the lid goes on and we're going to blitz this down. So let's finish this up. So 10 second speed 10. It's not a long blitz, so it's not a really silky smooth, but it's a chop and get rid of all those chunks in there. I do have double the mix. Double the mix is going to leave. about to leave me on the bench. No, it's all right, plenty of space. Scrape down the sides with a spatula. And then we add in our chicken thighs. Okay, so this is where I'm going to stop though, and I'm going to bag some of this up. So let me show you. It smells phenomenal. Okay, I can't pour it over too much because you guys will otherwise wear it. So let me just show you these bags. I'm going to put, so there is, let me just have a look in there. I scraped down the front and I can see how much sauce there is. So at the moment there is probably 1.2 of sauce in there. Now I want to leave half in there to cook with dinner, and I want to put the other half in the little bags from the mix shop. Check them out. They might even be 20% off today as well. Not sure, but they might be. Silicone pouches, I think they're called. So I'm wanting to take this into about the 600 ml mark, and it's as simple as literally pouring it in. Just I want to make sure I leave enough for dinner. Let's have a look. There are measurements on this bag, so as I spin it this way, you can see that there's measurements on the side, a little bit more. And so what this means is when we're away on the road, I'm going to freeze this, and I'm going to freeze it flat. What are we up to? And it means that when I need it, when my life's a bit busy, when I don't feel like thinking about dinner too much, I can pull this out of the freezer, and it won't take long to defrost. I love these things because you can freeze them flat. So what I'm doing here is pushing the air out of it. I'm going to slide on the little doobie across the top, and as I get to the end, I'm going to make sure I push all the air out. It's quite warm though, so just be careful that you don't get yourself with the heat. Pull it all the way over, and then, now look, I write on mine with Nico pen. I haven't noticed that it stains, but I reckon it would depend on what Nico pen you use. But I will now grab my pen and I will write on the top Fragrant Chicken Curry, so I know what recipe it is. If there's anything tricky in the recipe, something I need to pre-add or anything like that, I will do that and write little notes on it, and then it's ready for later. So this will actually get frozen flat. It's going to take about 5 minutes in a hot sink of water because it's waterproof, so I can put it in a hot sink of water or leave it out on the bench to defrost. It's not going to take long, being only this thick, and then I can use it for dinner. Put it back in the Thermomix, or I can put it in a big crock pot or whatever and cook it up. So perfect to do this if you are a busy person who likes to stockpile on the weekend and have it ready. This is literally your Canton curry, except flat packed, and you know exactly what's in it, which is pretty cool. So have a fantastic evening, everybody. I'm going to go get my chicken out of the fridge. It's actually about 1 kilo of chicken that goes into this, so it feeds a crowd. If you have a crowd to feed, this recipe is for you. If you don't have a crowd to feed, maybe you want to flat pack yours smaller so that you don't have, like, this is a full serve of 6 for a family. Maybe you want to freeze yours into smaller. You know, you can actually get a half-size bag as well. So you could be making your smaller serves for you and your family as well. So guys, take care. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. I will see you back here tomorrow for some more cooking. I hope you are inspired to double your recipes, put some in the freezer, and give recipes like this from the US a go, and see what you think. But this is a beautiful recipe. So thanks for watching along today. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye guys.